Good morning, children. So, today we'll be starting a new chapter in our S.st. our industries. In this chapter, I'll tell you about our industries, what are the factors needed, and some of the common examples of our industry. So, let's start now. When group of manufacturers that produce a particular kind of goods or services, then they form an industry. जब group of manufacturers or you can say group of producers when they produce a particular kind, ये एक तरह के goods जब produce करते हैं, then they form an industry. For example, iron and steel industry. बहुत सारे manufacturers या producers ऐसे होंगे जो iron and steel produce करते होंगे. Okay, they all together form an industry, that is your iron and steel industry. तो ये सारे लोग, ये सारे manufacturers क्या form करते हैं? Iron and steel industry. Second one is your manufacturing. So when natural resources are changed or transformed into useful products, जब किसी भी हम natural resource को एक useful product में change कर देते हैं with the help of workers and machines, then this process is called manufacturing. For example, cotton. जब हम cotton balls को cotton clothes में transform करते, change करते, then इस process को हम manufacturing बोलते हैं. Now let's see the factors which are required for setting up of your factories. So the first one is raw materials. Raw materials are required for setting up any of the industry. For example, take cotton. Cotton is a very common example. So अगर you are setting up cotton textile industry, अगर कोई cotton textile industry है तो उसको start करने के लिए सबसे पहले cotton की ज़रूरत होती है as a raw material. Okay? Second comes your machines. किसी भी industry में machines बहुत important होते हैं so that they can change the raw materials into useful product. किसी भी raw material को एक useful product में change करने के लिए machines की ज़रूरत होती है. Third one is your power, that is electricity. Machines को run करने के लिए we need electricity. The fourth one is labor. किसी भी industry में labors are also very important so that someone can bring the raw materials, put it in your machine, run the machine, and when the products are made, they can take it out. And there are more works which are done by the laborers. So laborers भी required होते हैं किसी भी industry को set up करने के लिए. Fifth one is your finance, and this is the most important factor for setting up any industry. Finance means money. किसी भी industry को set करने के लिए money बहुत ही important होता है. Whether you have to buy raw materials, whether you have to set up machines, whether you require electricity to pay electricity bills, whether you need to pay your laborers, इन सारी चीज़ों में we need money. Money की ज़रूरत होती है, ठीक है? So it's a very important factor. The last one is transport. So transport is also plays an important role in setting up of factory. किसी भी factory को set करने के लिए last factor होता है transport. So if you need a raw materials, कहीं से raw materials आप अपने factory तक मंगाने के लिए you need a transport, और जब raw materials एक finished product बन जाता है, एक finished good तैयार हो जाता है, then transporting those goods to the market, okay, so that common people can buy it. उनको market तक पहुँचाने के लिए you need a transport. So transport also plays an important role. It is also an important factor for setting up of your industries. Now let's see different categories of industries. Industries are divided into different categories. The first one is your agro based industry. इनमें क्या होता है? They use agricultural products. फार्मिंग से, एग्रीकल्चर से जो भी प्रोडक्ट्स ग्रो होते हैं, ये उनको यूज़ करते हैं एज अ रॉ मटेरियल. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अ वेरी कॉमन एग्जाम्पल इज़ फॉर एग्जाम्पल टी, कॉफ़ी. ठीक है, टी कॉफ़ी प्लांटेशंस में टी कॉफ़ी को ग्रो किया जाता है. ओके, फॉर मेकिंग योर टीज़ एंड कॉफ़ी पाउडर्स विच वी यूज़ इन आवर किचन. सो दे आर ऑल्सो अ टाइप ऑफ एग्रो बेस्ड इंडस्ट्रीज. Second one is your mineral based industries. They use minerals as their raw materials for their production of goods. For example, iron and steel industry. Now next one is your forest based industries. In this type of industry, they use forest product as a raw material. For example, shipbuilding industry. So particularly shipbuilding industries में क्या होते हैं? We get woods from the forest, okay? Forest में trees होते हैं and we get woods from those trees and these woods are helped in making out your ships. इन woods को हम use करते हैं ships बनाने में. So shipbuilding industry is an example of your forest based industry. Now इनके अलावा there are 3 more categories of industry. First one is your cottage industry, second is your small scale, and the last one is your large scale industry. Let's see them now. So cottage industry, it is a industry which is set up by people in their home. एक ऐसे छोटे से इंडस्ट्रीज़ होते हैं ये जो लोग खुद अपने घर में स्टार्ट करते हैं, ठीक है. मशीन्स आर नॉट रिक्वायर्ड एंड दे नीड ओनली few workers, like 2-3 workers. For example, you might have seen during Durga Puja or Saraswati Puja people making idols, statues. Okay, तो जो लोग वो मूर्ति बनाते, स्टैचूज बनाते, you might have seen they make it in their homes. वो अपने घर पे बनाते या फिर एक छोटे से रूम में बनाते and only few people are needed, like 1 to 3 people are required for making those statues. So that is an example of cottage industry. One more example of cottage industries are like people who make things of mud. जैसे कुछ लोग जो मिट्टी के बर्तन या फिर मिट्टी के दिए बनाते, तो वो क्या होता है, वो अपने घर पे बनाते हैं and they require only 1-2 members. They do not require any type of machine. So this is also an example of your cottage industry. Second one is your small scale industry. So in small scale industry, small machines are required and they require more people than इन कंपेयर टू योर कॉटेज इंडस्ट्री. कॉटेज इंडस्ट्री से ज़्यादा लोग रिक्वायर्ड होते हैं स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज़ में, लाइक मोर देन 50 पीपल्स. एग्जाम्पल इंडस्ट्रीज दैट प्रोड्यूस यूटेंसिल्स, फर्नीचर्स. तो ये क्या है, दिस इज़ एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्री. फर्नीचर बनाने में या फिर यूटेंसिल्स बनाने में यू नीड स्मॉल मशीन्स. स्मॉल मशीन्स की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है एंड देन दे नीड वर्कर्स मोर देन 50. ठीक है, मोर देन 50 वर्कर्स की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है फॉर मेकिंग दीज. सो दिस इज़ एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ योर स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्री. द लास्ट वन इज़ योर लार्ज स्केल इंडस्ट्री. सो इन दिस टाइप ऑफ industry we need thousands of workers are required because goods are being produced on a large scale. यहाँ पे जो goods produce होते हैं वो एक large scale पे produce होते हैं. So we need thousands of workers, we need large machines. Example, automobiles. किसी भी automobiles यानी कि vehicles produce करने के लिए, vehicle manufacture करने के लिए we need many workers in large quantity, in huge quantity. Okay, we need big machines for manufacturing them. So this is an example of your large scale industry. Now some important industries of our country are cotton textile industry, iron and steel industry, and electronic goods industry. So cotton textile industry, our country is one of the leading producer of cotton textile. Now few centers of these industries are Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Kanpur, Kolkata, Coimbatore. So these all are the places जहाँ पे cotton textile industries set up है. Okay. Second one is your iron and steel industry. These industries are found in the places like Jamshedpur, Bokaro, Visakhapatnam, Bhilai. The last one is your electronic goods industry. So these industries are found in the places like Bengaluru, Mumbai, Chennai, and Hyderabad. So children, this was your industry. Now at last I will explain you one thing. In running these industries, our environment also get polluted. In industries को चलाने में क्या होता है, हमारे environment भी pollute होते हैं. So government is trying their best and कि ये कम से कम हमारे environment को pollute करे and they use more natural things. They use an alternate so that our environment can be less polluted and they can produce this goods, they can set up the industries and develop our country. So that's all for today. I hope you might have understood industry. Thank you.